Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills and meandering streams, lived a kind and gentle girl named Cinderella. She was known for her warm heart, infectious laughter, and the twinkle in her eyes that seemed to hold a hint of magic. Cinderella's days were filled with simple joys, like tending to the garden and singing to the birds that perched on her windowsill. However, her life was not without challenges. She lived with her stepmother and stepsisters, who unfortunately did not share her gentle spirit. They made Cinderella do all the chores in the house, from sweeping the floors to scrubbing the dishes, while they enjoyed a life of luxury. Despite the hardships, Cinderella never lost her kindness or optimism. She found solace in the company of her animal friends, especially a clever mouse named Gus and a delicate bird named Perla. They became her confidants, and together, they dreamed of a better life. One day, news spread throughout the kingdom about a grand royal ball that was to be held at the palace. The entire village buzzed with excitement, and Cinderella's stepsisters were overjoyed at the prospect of attending. They demanded that Cinderella help them prepare for the ball, stitching elaborate gowns and adorning them with jewels. As the day of the ball approached, Cinderella worked tirelessly, stitching and sewing, ensuring that her stepsisters looked stunning. Yet, deep down, she longed to attend the ball herself. Her fairy godmother, who had been watching over her with a sparkle of magic in her eyes, sensed Cinderella's secret wish. On the night of the royal ball, when Cinderella's stepsisters had left for the palace, her fairy godmother appeared before her. With a wave of her wand and a sprinkle of stardust, she transformed Cinderella's tattered dress into a breathtaking gown, and her worn-out shoes into delicate glass slippers. "Remember, my dear," the fairy godmother said, "you must leave the ball before midnight, for when the clock strikes 12, the magic will fade away." With gratitude in her heart, Cinderella curtsied and headed to the palace. As she entered the grand ballroom, a hush fell over the crowd. The prince himself was captivated by her grace and beauty. They danced the night away, the world around them disappearing as they twirled in a dance of enchantment. But as the clock struck 12, Cinderella remembered the fairy godmother's warning. With a regretful glance at the prince, she fled the palace, leaving behind a single glass slipper on the steps. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, but the prince couldn't forget the mysterious and enchanting girl he had danced with. Determined to find her, he set out on a quest, visiting every house in the kingdom, asking young women to try on the glass slipper. Finally, the prince arrived at Cinderella's humble home. Her stepsisters tried to squeeze their feet into the delicate shoe, but it was too small. When Cinderella slipped her foot into the glass slipper, it fit perfectly. The prince's eyes lit up with joy as he realized he had found his true love. Cinderella, with a heart full of happiness, forgave her stepsisters for their unkindness. The prince and Cinderella were married in a grand ceremony, and they lived happily ever after. And so, in the quiet village surrounded by hills and streams, the tale of Cinderella became a legend, a story of kindness, resilience, and the magic that happens when dreams come true. And as the villagers told the story to their children each night, they whispered to the stars about the power of goodness and the enduring magic of love.